This case will not be complete until this cowardly attacker receives the justice that he deserves.
Right now, Madison police make an arrest in connection to a brutal assault of a UW student over the weekend. How officers were able to identify the suspect.
Plus, leaders in Wisconsin's child care industry tell Republican lawmakers that a new series of proposed bills to address a shortage in providers does not go far enough. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. Madison police are crediting eyewitness accounts and video from the community for providing vital help in arresting a 26-year-old suspect in connection to the sexual assault of a UW-Madison student early Sunday morning.
A little more than 3 days after that crime, authorities today announced the arrest of Brandon Thompson. Arman Rahman has more on how they pieced things together to bring him to custody.
Yeah, guys, Thompson was booked into the Dane County jail just after 7 this morning on tentative charges of first-degree reckless injury, first-degree sexual assault, and strangulation.
This is not Madison. This is not UW-Madison.
The attack happened early Sunday morning.
Someone heard the commotion and was able to see him with her, and that's how we immediately discovered her.
Investigators went through the area of West Wilson and Bedford Streets 3 times, hoping for more witnesses to come forward.
Assaults of this kind are extremely rare here in Madison, but when they do occur, we come together in anger, in sadness, sometimes in fear, but always in support.
I also want to thank the survivors' friends and family for sharing information during a very traumatic time.
Authorities also put out a call to anyone nearby who had surveillance video. All of that information helped them get a description of Thompson and the vehicle he allegedly drove away in.
Video that we received from the community proved to be a linchpin in the investigation. Detectives were able to read a license plate that directly led to the identification of Brandon Thompson as the perpetrator of this assault.
That happened in Fitchburg when police there pulled him over for a registration violation Wednesday morning.
The investigative process is certainly not a perfect science. There will always be things that we could have done better or maybe even faster.
According to Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes, the attack seems to be random.
I think it is one of the most frightening things about it.
The survivor, a UW-Madison student in her 20s, was taken to the hospital in critical condition. All police have shared so far is that she is expected to live.
The best thing we can do right now, obviously, is pray for her.
Her life is forever changed.
And tonight we are learning more about the suspect through his attorney, who says Thompson is a UW-Milwaukee graduate with a criminal justice administration degree.
An update now on a string of vandalism in a Fitchburg neighborhood from earlier this week. Police have identified and interviewed a suspect who they believe to be solely responsible for the crimes. Police have received more than 24 incidents of damages to vehicles and homes in the Seminole Hills neighborhood. Some vehicles were found with their tires slashed. Others had swastikas carved into them. Police aren't releasing the name of the suspect, but say criminal damage and property charges are being referred to the Dane County District Attorney's Office.
In Sauk County this morning, a former Sauk Prairie police officer appeared in court for the first time since being charged in connection to a hit and run from December. A $500 signature bond was set in the case against Joel Ludowitz. He's charged with obstructing an investigation into the crash in which he allegedly crashed his car, left it totaled at the bottom of an embankment on the Great Sauk State Trail, and then fled, later reporting it as stolen. When someone came across the vehicle, they reported it to police, and Ludowitz was one of the first officers to respond. In early January of this year, he was placed on administrative leave during an internal investigation, later resigning from the department where he had served since 2011. The Dane County Sheriff's Office investigated the crash, and in July, Ludowitz was charged with a misdemeanor for obstructing an officer. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin were not as warm as yesterday, and this is just the beginning of the cool down.
Tomorrow, we might not even break 70 degrees. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has what you need to know to plan your Thursday in the First Warn forecast.
Well, the winds have picked up tonight, and there has been some drizzle and some light rain showers, but all in all, it's the drop in temperatures that we've noticed the most. As we start out by taking a look at high-resolution radar, you can see not much in the way of shower activity, a few sprinkles up in Green Lake County, up around Berlin, but a lot of what you see around the radar is just very light precipitation in the form of perhaps a little bit of drizzle. And you can see 6-hour future track radar, which really is only keying in on rain showers, really doesn't show much in the way of additional shower activity. Not a lot of fog out there. There's enough wind out there to mix up the air, so we're not seeing fog even with the drizzle. High temperatures today did make it in the lower 80s before a cold front came through. In fact, you take a look at current temperatures, we've dropped to 67 in Madison. Milwaukee's still in the mid-70s, but generally 60s across the rest of southern Wisconsin. 66 right now in Sauk City, 67 in Sun Prairie, still 70 degrees in Edgerton. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy tonight. It'll be breezy and cooler, maybe a little drizzle or a slight chance of a rain shower. Low temperature dropping to 58 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at how long the cool weather will last and if we have any more rain in the forecast.
Gary, thank you. With extreme weather like drought and wildfires making national headlines throughout the summer months, the new head of Wisconsin's climatology office says there is no doubt extreme events are becoming more common. Steve Vavris recently took over as official director of the Wisconsin State Climatology Office after serving in an interim role since the start of the year. Among the office's main duties, sharing climate data with farmers to help paint a clearer picture on statewide trends, including heavy rainfall events and long-term drought.
It is important to make sure we separate whether this is anecdotal or whether there's evidence to back it up. And we have plenty of evidence to show that extreme weather has become more common and more expensive.
The office's data on precipitation, totals, temperatures, and more dates back decades now. According to Vavris, that's a practice the office plans to continue tracking. Vavris has lived in Wisconsin and worked for UW-Madison since he was a grad student back in 1990. He also holds leadership roles with the University Center for Climatic Research and Wisconsin Initiative on Climate Change Impacts, which predicts potential future impacts of climate change. Today at the Capitol, the state agency that regulates child care providers told Republican lawmakers that their bills aimed at addressing the child care shortage don't go far enough. The package of GOP bills largely focuses on loosening regulations for daycare centers. One bill would increase capacity limits, another would allow 16-year-olds to supervise children on their own. There would also be a new program where child care businesses could get loans from the state for renovations. Top officials from the Department of Children and Families testified today, and they said while these ideas might be helpful, they don't address the biggest challenge, which is not enough people wanting to work in the child care industry.
What do you think would incentivize someone to get into this industry? I mean, that's kind of the issue.
Wages continue to be the core problem, along with lack of benefits. A lot of child care providers don't have basic benefits like health insurance.
Governor Evers has said he would prefer taking $365 million in state money and using it to extend a pandemic-era federal program. And that program sent checks directly to child care centers to help cover payroll and maintenance costs.
Thousands of students returned to class today to the University of Wisconsin for the start of a brand new school year. Badger students trekked across campus and up Bascom Hill for the first day of classes. Union South hosted booths from businesses around town to bring some joy for the back-to-schoolers. The streets near campus were busy with cars, bikes, and pedestrians trying to get to class, which were almost as busy as Badger game days. Well, there has been an uptick in COVID-19 rates across the country within the past few weeks. As the students head back to school, we asked doctors here how parents can make sure they can keep their kids healthy and know how to respond to respiratory illnesses. Well, we've moved to familiarize ourselves with these symptoms. Hopefully, the pandemic influenced how parents respond to a sick student and make sure tests still happen.
Want to be mindful that if you don't test, you still are infectious. And we probably should have done this more, diligently in the past as well, that when you do get sick, stay home from school or work.
The doctor says there are many overlapping symptoms for respiratory illnesses like this. So the COVID-19 test is the best way to make sure you know if you have the virus versus a cold or flu. The FDA is set to approve an updated Moderna COVID booster next week.
An indictment against President Biden's son Hunter is expected by the end of the month relating to gun charges. That is the latest from the Justice Department, making that announcement this afternoon. The president's son had previously reached a deal on a gun possession charge that would have allowed him to avoid prosecution, but that plea deal later fell apart in court. In a filing by special counsel David Weiss's office, it says the government intends to seek the return of an indictment before September 29th. Prosecutors in former President Trump's Georgia election interference case estimate the trial will take 4 months. The estimate came in a hearing televised live earlier today, the first time cameras have been allowed in the courtroom for any of the cases against Trump. The judge in Fulton County doubted the case presented by Fani Willis would be ready to go forward in October with 19 co-defendants, including former President Trump. More than 150 witnesses are expected to be called to the stand once the trial begins. A manhunt continues in Pennsylvania tonight for an escaped murderer, and now state police are releasing video that shows how he did it. Danilo Cavalcante managed to stretch himself between two walls and then scaled it right here using his hands and legs together, crab walking his way up the wall. Now, that was just the beginning of this daring escape, which also involved overcoming 2 instances of razor wire and climbing a fence. Cavalcante was last seen on a trail camera Monday night at a nearby botanical garden. Officials have expanded the perimeter of the area they're searching. 2 school districts have canceled classes out of safety concerns. Cavalcante was convicted for murdering his girlfriend. A dramatic rescue caught on officer body camera. Lieutenant Corey Brooks of Salisbury, North Carolina's police department was responding to a crash when he saw a tractor trailer slam headfirst into a retaining wall.
The truck driver was unresponsive when Brooks ran to the truck. Brooks dragged him to safety as the cabin of that truck slowly filled with smoke and then catches on fire just minutes after he's removed. Here's a look at that rescue.
Come on out!
A driver passing by pulled over to help Brooks drag the driver away from that burning truck. He later regained consciousness and was taken to the hospital to be evaluated. This incident happened on August 8th, but the video was recently released showing Brooks's heroism in action. More local stories are straight ahead at 10.
A pair of state lawmakers are pushing to eliminate lower minimum wage rates for tipped workers. How much the minimum wage is for them right now, it may just surprise you. The story up next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Action! Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible deals. This awesome reclining sectional comes with a free recliner. Or this 5-piece dining set for $3.99. This soft gray sofa with the free matching chair, both for $4.88. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $3.98? Plus new 24-month no-interest financing. Up to 60% off at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
I would have to hold my back as I got off the rug, but I didn't want to stop sitting on the floor because that's where I do most of my teaching. After I decided my pain was too much, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said it might be my feet. Suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. After I went to the Good Feet store, I realized that you don't have to live in constant pain. They took my pain away.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. We need to talk about Sonobello.
We are getting rid of all of this today.
Ladies, this summer you can cover up or feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello. One visit, permanent fat removal.
Look at this shape. My tummy is gone and my hourglass shape is back.
Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it. That's what we do all day, every day.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I could actually wear a 2-piece after 25 years.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Now, with our Best Body Summer event, you can schedule your free, no-obligation consultation, plus save $250 off instantly. That's $250 off your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more. Call 1-888-634-9939 or go to sonobello.com.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
Ladies, let's go.
Wait a minute!
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
$2.33. That's the minimum wage in Wisconsin for tipped workers, something state lawmakers are working to change.
This morning, Madison Representative Francesca Hong and Milwaukee Senator Chris Larson reintroduced a bill to eliminate lower minimum wage rates for tipped workers. This means there would be one statewide minimum wage across Wisconsin, which is currently set at $7.25 per hour. Supporters of the bill pointed out that raising tipped wages doesn't mean servers wouldn't be able to make more money. Customers would still have the option to tip if the service is exceptional. They say it's just about making sure that every server would be guaranteed to make a stable income. 3 blocks of State Street in downtown Madison are closer to becoming a permanent pedestrian mall. The Common Council has unanimously approved a proposal to experiment with a mall in the 400, 500, and 600 blocks of State Street. A final vote on the plan to implement the proposal should come within the coming months. Right now, what's been approved only allows for the city to work with municipal departments on studying what a possible pedestrian mall would look like.
There is a third Democratic candidate who's announced to run for Congress in western Wisconsin. Former La Crosse County Board Chair Tara Johnson is seeking to represent the Republican-leaning 3rd Congressional District, currently held by Representative Derek Van Orden. Johnson spent 20 years on the county board before stepping down in 2020. She joins Rebecca Cook, who ran for the seat and lost in the 2022 primary, and Aaron Knights, a Harvard Law School student, who have both announced campaigns. Last week, we introduced Wisconsin Huddle, News 3 Now's brand new pulse-raising Wisconsin sports show that'll bring you closer to the heart of Badger sports action than ever before. Hosted by our sports director, Zach Hanley, Wisconsin Huddle features interviews with Badger student athletes, highlights from games that define Badger sports, and unparalleled access to players and coaches. This week, running back Braylon Allen joined the Huddle at Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie to talk about the Week 1 win over Buffalo and reflecting on the team's rushing attack, which put up more than 300 yards.
It definitely felt easier than it has in years past. You know, obviously a little bit more space, you know, kind of with this new offensive scheme. So just being able to have that space made it feel a little bit easier. But obviously, you know, it all starts up front, and the work that the big guys put in day out, you know, can't go unnoticed.
Hear what else Braylon has to say about this year's Badger team, plus see him battle Zach over a friendly round of Jenga. Episode 2 of the Wisconsin Huddle, Friday, 6:30. That's right after News 3 Now at 6.
Extreme weather fueled by climate change is having a large impact on summer tourism, with major theme parks seeing less visits. The largest theme park companies, Six Flags, SeaWorld, and Cedar Fair, all were upended by extreme weather this summer. They faced deadly flooding in the Northeast, record-breaking heat in the Southwest and California, and wildfires in Canada. Attendance at Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando was also hurt by extreme heat. To cope with this new reality, theme parks are building more indoor rides and changing ticket policies. Well, a trip to one of the most beautiful cities on earth will soon cost you.
Well, that's right. If you ever wanted to visit Venice, well, just know that starting next spring, anyone over the age of 14 will have to pay €5 just to enter the city on certain days. Authorities will choose 30 peak tourist days scattered throughout the year. Locals, commuters, tourists who stay overnight, and those participating in sporting events are exempt. The goal is to discourage day tourism at certain times, like holidays.
And Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, that's a little warning for you there. You're going to be in Venice. You'll get there, but you'll be free.
Yeah, we'll be on.
Congratulations.
Get it before the wire.
€5.
So yeah, so hopefully the weather will be nicer there than it was last time when it rained.
Oh, that's true.
You know, so, but we could use the rain here, and we just haven't had that much. It's been spotty where it's occurred. Over the last 48 hours, you can see there are a few spots. Southern portions of Grant County, western Lafayette County, southwest of Darlington, about a ½ inch to maybe locally an inch of rain. Some heavy downpours this afternoon around Janesville, maybe up to a ½ inch there. And then a lot of this was either today or yesterday, up to a ½ inch in spots north of Milwaukee. North and west of Madison, not a drop, or just a little bit of drizzle. And that's what we're seeing on high-resolution radar. Maybe a couple of very light showers here, but most of what you're seeing is just drizzle being detected by the Doppler radars. And a little wider radar perspective shows the last of the more significant showers moving through eastern Wisconsin. There was a little narrow line of showers and thunderstorms that just kind of fell apart, and rain is a little more prevalent on the other side of Lake Michigan. But 10-day future track precipitation, Again, not looking for much. Probably our best chances are going to be from Sunday night through Monday and Tuesday. Monday being the best chance for rain, but even there are just some scattered showers. Maybe up to the north, perhaps a little closer to a ½ inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain through central Wisconsin, but most of southern Wisconsin seeing less than 1/4 of an inch, and many places probably seeing less than 1/10 of an inch of rain overall. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Drizzle, perhaps a shower overnight, not going to amount to very much. It'll be cool with highs in the 60s tomorrow and in the lower 70s on Friday, and generally dry weather through the weekend. Again, our next chance of rain will be early next week. For the weekend itself, looks pretty nice. 78 for the high Saturday, mostly sunny skies, a little milder than Friday. We'll be in the lower 70s. We'll be in the mid-70s on Sunday, but a little more cloud cover in the afternoon. Of course, Sunday is the Ironman, and looks pretty good for the whole triathlon. Of course, start out with the swimming in the morning in Lake Monona, 54 at 7 a.m. Temperatures around 70 by noon as the bike rides are going on, and then as we get toward the marathon, mid-70s, maybe a little warm there, but a little more cloud cover in the afternoon, not looking for any rain, and the winds will generally be pretty light. High temperatures today, generally in the lower 80s through southern Wisconsin, 70s elsewhere, but these were early in the day, and then the temperatures fell as a cold front came through. Notice we don't see any real heat, and in fact, the coolest weather is in our part of the Midwest, in those 70s and even some 60s coming in our direction. Tomorrow, because of cloud cover, we'll see our temperatures held down, but notice the upper level winds now coming in from the north and west. So that's a good sign for comfortable weather for the next couple of days. The heat's gone for a while. 69 for the high tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, cooler, not looking for any rain tomorrow. Planning your day across Dane County. High 69 degrees in Stoughton, 69 in Cottage Grove, and 69 in Middleton. Maybe a few peaks of sun late in the day across the rest of southern Wisconsin. 64 in Watertown, 67 in Lone Rock, 68 in Prairie du Chien, and also 68 in La Crosse for the high. The first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. High of 73 is more sunshine on Friday, 78 Saturday, and 75 on Sunday. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm Sunday night. A few rain showers on Monday, a little cooler. Upper 60s for highs Tuesday and Wednesday. A chance of showers Tuesday, but then dry weather after that, and those temperatures warming right back up into the middle 70s with no rain expected for next weekend.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin volleyball takes a break this week from facing ranked opponents. Why the easy part of their non-conference schedule isn't so easy, according to Kelly Sheffield. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrapped Sirloins, $2.99. Ruffles, Fritos, Cheetos, or simply $2.50 each when you buy 4. And select Coke products, $3.25 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
Save big money and get 11% off everything at Menards. Upgrade your home with quality appliances from brands including Criterion, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Menards has the largest in-stock appliance selection, ready to take home today. Get this fingerprint-resistant stainless steel Whirlpool appliance suite and save over $1,800 after sale price and 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life.
And that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day beverage sale this Thursday. A 24-pack of Pepsi, just $7.77. A 24-pack of Hy-Vee purified water, just $1.48. And Hy-Vee orange or apple juice, 99 cents. Thursday only at Hy-Vee.
Week 2 last season was a huge letdown for the Badgers. Wisconsin outgained Washington State by nearly 150 yards and lost at home by 3. It's a memory that this group hasn't forgotten. You know, the Cougars dancing on the W and singing their fight song. Well, fast forward to this year, UW has an opportunity to return the favor. And it's safe to say these guys can't wait for Saturday night.
We're disappointed. I think that, there was a lot of things that we, could control that didn't go our way. Obviously, kudos to them. They made it tough on us, defensively, and they finished the game as well. So it's a whole new game. It's a whole new season, a whole new opportunity.
I remember them storming the field and jumping on the W. Like I said, very excited to go to their house and make things right again.
And for more Badger coverage, tune into this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Braylon Allen and I will look back over the win at Buffalo, preview the Washington State game, and much, much more. The show airs Fridays at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. Well, the countdown is down to 5 days until the Jordan Love era begins, and the new Packer QB1 could be without his top 2 wideouts for Week 1 against the Bears. Both Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs did not practice today because of hamstring injuries. And remember, those two are the most experienced receivers on the roster. If they can't go, that would leave Samori Toure as the only wideout on the roster who's played in a regular season game. Well, the Wisconsin volleyball team has seen its share of tough tests already this season. Through 5 matches, the Badgers have gone up against 4 teams ranked in the top 25, including 3 last week. This week, though, the competition is not as stiff. UW hosts Arizona and Miami, 2 teams that are unranked. But just because there's no number in front of their opponent's name doesn't mean Kelly Sheffield's squad plans on taking them lightly.
Players that have been here for a few years, that they're kind of used to, every week has some things at stake. We've got 2 home matches against Arizona and Miami, like you said, and those are pretty good programs with pretty good coaches. I think we'll be where we need to be.
A rubber match between the Brewers and Pirates. The Crew jumped out to a 3-run lead, but then watched that lead get erased. Pirates would score the next 5, including 2 in the 7th that gave them the lead and some insurance. To add injury to insult, Cubs won today, and that lead in the NL Central is down to 1.5 games. We're back after this.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life. whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
The Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour invades the Alliant Energy Center on Saturday, September 16th, featuring bull riding, barrel racing, ultimate bullfighting, with a live performance by Wiley Green. Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour, Saturday, September 16th, 7 p.m. at the Alliant Energy Center.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Wisconsin Huddle, Friday nights at 6:30.
Gary's back. One final look at weather.
Yeah, a little drizzle out there, maybe a light rain shower. There's a live view from the Edgewater Skycam. A little hazy out there, but you can see there's just not much. A lot of what you see there is either drizzle or just some very light rain showers. 6-hour future track radar really doesn't show very much, maybe a sprinkle in a few spots. Visibility's not too bad. There's enough wind out there to mix up the air, so even with the drizzle, we're not seeing fog. Temperatures now in the middle 60s through most of southern Wisconsin. Still a little warmer closer to Lake Michigan, but to the north and west, temperatures already dropping into the lower 60s. Here in Dane County, 67 in Wanakee, 67 in Oregon, and 67 in Belleville.
All right. Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.